Hi everybody, giving you an update on my 23.5 week ultrasound. Yeah, this was actually one of the biggest ultrasounds of the whole thing. That's what my doctor said. It's the pediatric cardiologist came in to do a thorough heart check and anatomy scan, and they're just wanting to make sure everything was cool with that. And when I went in for that, he took his time looking at all the various organs and especially the heart, and he was like, wow, these are gorgeous photos. He's like, perfect looking heart. Everything looked really good, and that made me really happy. I didn't know it was the most important thing until my OBGYN came in next and said, hey, you passed the flying colors. This was the most important checkup of your whole pregnancy. So I was like, wow, okay, awesome. So happy that my little boy is all healthy and looking good in there. Got a good little photo of him, little nice profile picture. That's actually his feet up by his head, so he's proving to be quite flexible at this point. Yeah, and because he's getting so much bigger, you can't really get like a full body shot at this anymore. Like you could when he was younger. But they said he weighed 1 pound 9 ounces last Monday, so that was about a week. It's a week from yesterday. Or sorry, a week from tomorrow. A week ago. Anyway, so yeah, so which put him a bit heavier than my app was saying. And then my app says he's about a foot long now too. The sonographer said that they don't actually measure the baby anymore after 14 weeks, I guess because they just can't really get an accurate measurement. I know that they start measuring from crown to toe at this point, but she said that just because the baby's getting so much bigger now, they can't really get a good measurement, so they don't want to give people the wrong information. So, but anyway, everything's good. I actually go back a week from tomorrow at, 25.5 weeks for my final vaginal ultrasound. He said it'll be my last one. So that'll be good for him to check on my cervix. That's no more after next Monday. And yeah, and that's been looking good too. Like I said, I think he was saying that as long as it's no less than 2.5, it's good, and mine's been at 4, so that's been really good. Other things, within the past, couple weeks, I've definitely been feeling and looking way more pregnant. It's like no really hiding it now at this point at all. So I've just been relying definitely more on maternity clothes. I had way more symptoms too. I'll let you guys in on that. So basically my right ear has been clogged for the last pretty much 2 weeks at this point. I looked it up. Pregnant women are really congested and you retain a lot of fluid, and which blocks your ears a lot of the time. And I've been reading a lot of it online too, and a lot of women say that the only time it's clearing up is after delivery. So I was like, whoa, okay. And I think I might have mentioned that in my last video as well, that my ear was still clogged. My doctor said it was fine for me to take Sudafed, but I don't know, it's a category C, so I'm a little tentative about taking that. It's not like it hurts or anything. It was kind of hurting a few weeks ago, but it doesn't hurt. So I don't know. I'm kind of like wary to take it. I haven't taken it at this point. I don't think it's going to turn into an ear infection. The nurse said it wouldn't turn into an ear infection. So I've decided not to do Sudafed at this point and just kind of deal with it. So that's still happening. Another thing, about I think 4 days ago, I was just checking some emails and I brushed my shirt and it felt wet. And I was like, huh, what happened here? I didn't spill anything, did I? And my left breast was actually leaking. And I was like, whoa. I saw that in my app that it could happen to some women in the second trimester. So I've actually bought some breast pads already just to be ready for that time. And I put one in my bra, but when I took it out later, it actually was like completely dry. So it was just kind of that one incident on that one day. So that was surprising though, because I talked to my girlfriends and most of them, they said that none of them had leaking before they gave birth. So I don't know. Hopefully it's good for milk production. Good omen for that. Also too, I've literally been waking up with my right calf cramping every morning. It hurts so bad. And I've been eating a banana every day. But once again, I read a lot of stuff online. They're saying even if you get a lot of potassium, you'll still get leg cramps. So that sucks. It's not a fun waking up to every morning with a leg cramp. And then, so if you have, a little TMI, so you might want to turn off the video at this point if you are squeamish with some things. But I want to be real here. So basically, I want to say about 3 days ago, I had when I went to go number 2, and I had some bleeding. So when I went to the restroom, there was bleeding in my stool and in the toilet, bright red blood. And then when I wiped, called my doctor, the nurse said normal. Hemorrhoids usually happen, especially during the 2nd trimester and 3rd trimester. A lot of things I was reading said just keep drinking a lot of water and fiber, which I have been eating a lot of fruit and drinking a lot of water. So I was kind of like, well, this is weird. But they just said the pressure from the uterus and the baby can just, irritate that area. And then when you go number 2, it just exacerbates it and irritates it. And that's what happens. So it actually happened over about 2-3 days. And I went today and it didn't happen. So I was like, all right, cool. That cleared up. So hopefully that won't come back. But that was another symptom that I had this past week. I am actually now currently 24 weeks and 3 days, so 24 and a half weeks. I'm actually today wearing some maternity stretchy black jeans from H&M and a top. Like I just got this tank top a couple years ago and I tried it on and it seems to work. I've actually been doing that, like shopping in my own wardrobe, because a lot of now that it's because it is summer, a lot of my dresses and stuff actually still work and do fit because most of them are maxi dresses and stuff. So that's been really cool. So I haven't had to spend a bunch of money on maternity clothes. I'm going to a wedding in less than a month, so I'm kind of looking around to see what kind of dress I want to wear, because I don't necessarily want to wear a casual maternity dress. Maxi dress. So I was thinking of popping into Motherhood Maternity, maybe a pea in the pod, although it seems a little expensive, and looking at some things online. I actually bought some maternity clothes today from Pink Blush Maternity. They had like a flash sale of up to 70% off. So I was like, all right, I'll check out their stuff. I've been meaning to check out some of the stuff on Zulily too. But anyway, so this is my bump at 24 weeks and 3 days. So definitely undeniable. I am pregnant, you guys. And I can't suck it in. Like, this is me sucking in. Like, okay, yeah. Like, that's as much as I can suck in. Whereas before, I could totally suck in and disguise it. But at 6 months pregnant, it's just no go on that. So anyway, I will give you guys an update at 25 and a half weeks, which is a week from tomorrow. And I hope you guys are staying cool this summer. It's been rough. Some places I've been going into don't have AC. And I don't want to put myself and the baby at risk. So I've been trying to just bring a lot of ice water in with me to stay cool. And make sure my body temperature doesn't go above, 105. I actually have been taking some Pilates and modifying those classes, just making sure I'm not on my stomach or back. I took a prenatal yoga class this past week. That was really fun because everyone in the class was obviously expecting, and so everyone said their name and how many weeks they were, and we talked about symptoms. So that was really cool to be able to connect with some other moms that are due around the same time I am. And I've just been connecting a lot with friends lately that are actually pregnant. It's really cool to have a social network around you that are going through pregnancy at the same time. you know, and then we plan on having our kids be playmates and stuff like that. So it's really been fun, you know, talking about our symptoms and about different things like cord blood blanking and placenta encapsulation, which I'm considering. I think that's really cool, actually. This one lady mentioned it at the yoga class, and she said that it helps with postpartum depression. I'd heard about the eating placenta thing, but this seemed a little more doable. So you take the placenta and you freeze it at your house after you give birth. A lady comes and, or, you know, maybe it's a guy, I don't know. It's my friend's midwife that's going to do it for me. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. They come and freeze dry your placenta for you. They cut it up and they freeze dry it, and they put it into little capsules. So that way you can take it when you need to, you know, replenish all the nutrients and everything that you've lost after giving birth. And supposedly it helps with the baby blues and postpartum depression. So that's pretty cool. And one lady said she still has some capsules from her first and second pregnancy in the freezer, and that you can literally still freeze them till menopause. So I was like, oh wow, okay. And she said you can also get the umbilical cord framed into a heart. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that. Interesting. And a friend of mine also did that, and she said that she looks at it and laughs every day. So I'm like, that's kind of a fun remembrance. But if you get that done, you can't do cord blood banking because, you know, of course they need the cord for the cord blood banking, which I'm still iffy on. If you guys want to mention in the comments what your thoughts are on cord blood banking. My doctor said that, hey, if you can afford it, it's like insurance, go ahead and do it, because you never know, you know, the baby, you, other family members might need the stem cells from the cord blood. So for a medical emergency in the future. So it's probably something good to have on hand just in case for your family. So still looking into that. Definitely after this next month, I will plan on taking all the classes like childbirth education, CPR, infant CPR, baby basics, breastfeeding classes, getting a tour of the 2 hospitals I'm considering of delivering in. So kind of getting all that stuff done, getting caught up in my reading. I've been reading my Baby Wise book, and I want to read this other book that seems really fun. It was a New York Times bestseller. I ordered it on Amazon. It's coming soon. About this lady who moved to France, and she learns like French parenting techniques, and she noticed that the French babies were really happy and were sleeping through the night and all these things. So it looked like a really fun, entertaining read, but also being informative as well. And I think it comes also with like 100 French parenting tips or techniques with that book. So anyway, I'll show that in my next video because I think it'll probably come this week. So hope you guys are enjoying your July. Stay cool, and I'll catch you up at the 25.5 week mark. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Modern Maternity. I have a lot of fun photos on there. I just posted a photo of our very first helicopter ride ever, and of course baby's first helicopter ride, because of course he went along, and that was really fun over the Las Vegas trip. So be sure to check my Instagram out at Modern Maternity. Talk to you guys later. Bye.